Hello and welcome to PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Finals. It's the PlayOnSports.com pregame show live from Woodlake High School in Woodlake, California. I'm Brian Vilvin on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the number 6 seeded Kingsburg Vikings visiting the number 1 seeded Woodlake Tigers. Kingsburg comes into today's game with an overall record of 20-14, while the home team, Woodlake, is 25-4. And these teams have already met once this season. That was in preseason before they started league play. And the Woodlake Tigers took that one 3-0 over the Kingsburg Vikings. But this is a different setting, and there is a championship at stake. That's the Central Section Division IV crown. And these teams are out here fired up in front of a packed house at Woodlake High School. In order to get here, Kingsburg had to knock off McFarland in the first round of the playoffs. Then they had to go on the road to Sierra Pacific where they won. And then they beat Emmanuel to make it to this final. They have not dropped a single game throughout the playoffs for Woodlake. They won at home. They've hosted every single match so far in the playoffs. They beat Caruthers in the first round. They beat Liberty in the second round and Sierra in the semifinals to get here and host Kingsburg. So we've got the 6-1 matchup and the Division IV crown on the line. The starters for the Kingsburg Vikings, coached by Taryn Brown, and out of the Central Sequoia League are Kelly Ritchie, Brooke Jackson, Janae Stone, Becca Davis, Nicole Lindman, Haley Peterson, and Amory Bremmel. For the Woodlake Tigers, coached by Tori Johnson, these starters are Brenda Acosta, Kiana Cunningham, Shania Weller, Luisa Ramirez, Quinn Keller, Gabby Diaz, Melissa Samaniega, and Regina Ramirez. The Woodlake Tigers, the number 1 seed, again 25-4 on the season. The Kingsburg Vikings 20-14. They're the number 6 seed, and these teams are getting ready to get underway. Folks, that's going to do it for the PlayOnSports.com pregame show. We'll be back with the first serve in just a few minutes. The Central Section Division IV Volleyball Championship begins next on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Welcome back to coverage of the Central Section Division IV Girls Volleyball Finals on PlayOnSports.com. Coming to you live from Woodlake, California, I'm Brian Vilvin on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the Kingsburg Vikings, the number 6 seed in the tournament, squaring off against the number 1 seeded Woodlake Tigers for the Division IV crown. Both teams are out on the court and ready to get things underway. The officials for tonight's championship contest, the up official will be Billy Jennings, the down ref Johnny Mendez, and the lines will be occupied by Wyatt Wong and Bucky Redfern. The Woodlake Tigers, the home team, the number 1 seed with a 25-4 overall record, will be on the near side of the court wearing the black uniforms with white trim and orange numbers. The Kingsburg Vikings on the far side of the court wearing the green jerseys with white trim and yellow numbers. The Kingsburg Vikings are coached by Taryn Brown, and the Woodlake Tigers are coached by Tori Johnson. The atmosphere is electric here at Woodlake High School as these teams get set to start off this Central Section Division IV championship match. The Woodlake Tigers looking for their first championship in women's volleyball. Their men's soccer team has won championships the past couple of seasons, but the place is rocking and rolling, and they are fired up. The Kingsburg Vikings will be the first to serve. That's the libero Brooke Jackson, one of the captains for the Vikings. The set's going to go to the middle to start things off. And we've got a kill by Amory Bremmel, the senior middle blocker for the Kingsburg Vikings, and Kingsburg's on the board first. Both teams going to their middles in that first little transition. Kiana Cunningham with the swing for the Tigers. The set goes to Cunningham again, and she pulls one, and a huge kill by the sophomore, Kiana Cunningham. A beautiful set by the junior Brenda Acosta, and Cunningham cut the ball back to the left side, and nothing you can do about it for the Vikings, and we're even up at a piece. 1 apiece, both sides. Woodlake, Shania Weller, the server. Free ball coming back to the Tigers, and it's going to go out of bounds, so Woodlake will have their first lead at 2-1. Shania Weller, the libero, a senior for the Tigers. Float serve. Set to the back row, dug by Woodlake. And the ball is going to come back. Nice job on the defensive end there by the Vikings. Again, Woodlake going to the middle blockers. Both teams liking to go to the middles here early. Free ball coming for Kingsburg. They'll give a free ball right back to Woodlake, and again we'll go to the middle. That's Melissa Samaniego, and it's dug nicely in the back row by Brooke Jackson. Great rally both sides. This swing goes into the net by Regina Ramirez, and the Vikings will get the side out. So in the early goings, we see that both teams want to go to their middle blockers. Amory Bremmel has been set a number of times for Kingsburg, and both Samaniego and Cunningham have been set for the Woodlake Tigers. The Tigers have some trouble with that serve. They'll give a free ball back, and again we go to the middle, and a huge kill by Bremmel. Nice little celebration on the Kingsburg sideline. The Vikings retake the lead, and Amory Bremmel is asserting herself in the middle. A senior, 5'11", and the captain of the Vikings team. And a service ace for Kingsburg. That was Sam Deathridge. Oh, excuse me. That was Nicole Lindman, the setter for the Vikings, with the service ace. She'll continue to serve. Set's going to go outside, and a swing just missed the line by Melissa Samaniego. The Tigers side looking for a touch there, not going to get the call. And the Vikings take their biggest lead, 5-2 here in game one. Samaniego again, this time she tips it. It's collected by the Vikings. They'll go to the middle again. Bremmel. And now Ramirez on the outside. Dig by Quinn Keller. And we've got a lift called against Kingsburg. So a much-needed side out for the Woodlake Tigers. And serving for Woodlake will be their junior setter and captain, Brenda Acosta. Nice float serve there. No spin at all for Acosta. Free ball coming back for Woodlake. They're going to go to the middle of Samaniego, and it's Doug. Looks like another free ball will be coming back for the Tigers. And again, this time they'll go outside to Ramirez, who puts it away. Regina Ramirez with her second kill and as many points for Woodlake. The Tigers have climbed to within a point. The officials getting things sorted out. The scoreboard had not quite caught up to the actual score on the floor. Johnny Mendez making sure we've got everything squared away. And coaches Brown and Johnson going over to make sure everything's all set up. This is the Division IV Central Section Girls Volleyball Championship match from Woodlake High School in Woodlake, California, where the Woodlake Tigers are hosting the Kingsburg Vikings. The Vikings who won at home in the first round of the playoffs, then went on the road and won at Sierra Pacific before hosting Emmanuel in the semifinals and winning that one 3-0. The Woodlake Tigers have not left this gym in the playoffs. They've hosted every single round. The officials looking at the lineup for Woodlake, trying to see who should be serving. And this could be something to keep an eye on, as when the coaches they submit the lineups at the beginning of the game. They put it in order 1 through 6 on who should be serving, and then the team has to line up in that order every single point to start the play out. So if that was submitted improperly, then you could have an entire game of people being confused as to where they're supposed to be on the court. So this could be a big factor here in game one. It's still early in game one, 5-4 Kingsburg leading Woodlake. As we've got this delay on the court, the officials trying to get everything sorted out. A big crowd, a packed house on the Woodlake home side, and the visitor side is pretty well full as well. Kingsburg doing a nice job bringing the crowd with the green and yellow, and then the orange and black for Woodlake. That's how you can tell who these teams are here to support. Coach Torrey Johnson getting an explanation from Johnny Mendez on exactly what the rotation should be and who's going to be in what spot. And it's going to be up to the players to figure out who's supposed to be where. This is a best-of-5 championship match. First team to win 3 games will be crowned Division IV champion of the Central Section. The first 4 games will go to 25 rally scoring, so there's a point scored on every play. The 5th and deciding game, if we get to it, will be to 15. Got to win by 2 in each of these games. And again, there is a point scored on every single play in the game. We had a rotation violation, I'm assuming, because Woodlake won the last point, but now they have to give the ball back to Kingsburg. So we'll get sorted out up on the scoreboard exactly what the score should be right now. I believe it's going to be 6-3. It is. So the rotation violation costs Woodlake a point, and the Kingsburg Vikings will have a 6-3 lead, matching their largest lead of the game. And going back to serve for the Vikings, Sam Deathridge. The set goes outside to Samaniego, and what a play by Melissa Samaniego, the junior, who went up, got that ball. It was over her body, and somehow she got a good swing on it for a point. Now Brenda Acosta will serve. The set goes to the middle, and a big swing in the middle by Bremmel, but it's dug nicely by Weller. Set outside, swing by Davis, and Becca Davis had to hit that one with the left hand. It was a little bit outside of her reach, and it goes out of bounds. Point for the Tigers. Woodlake trailing by a point. When these two teams met earlier this season, Woodlake took the match 3-0. But throw the records out, throw everything out here. It's who can win 3 games first. That person will be crowned a champion. As we're all tied up here, Kingsburg, 3 points in a row where they've had mishits, and Woodlake's taking advantage. Acosta with another good serve. The set's going to go to the middle to Bremmel, and she gets the kill. Amarie Bremmel has been virtually unstoppable in the middle. And now she'll go back to the service line. Haley Peterson will come in the middle. The 6-foot-tall Peterson for the Vikings. The set goes to Semeniego, and it's dug. But then a little bit of miscommunication on the Vikings side, and that ball hits the floor. So both of these teams liking to go to the middle blockers here early in game one. A pivotal game one. The server, Regina Ramirez, a junior for the Tigers. Set's going to go Samaniega again. This time she goes power shot, and it's dug. Nice dig in the back row by the Vikings, who hit another ball into the net. That was Becca Davis. Davis, just a freshman in the biggest game she's played in, and they're going to keep going to her. The set will go to Davis, and this time she gets the kill. Great response by Becca Davis, a freshman. After hitting a couple of balls out of bounds, they go right back to her, and I love to see that out of the setter, Nicole Lindman, to instill confidence in one of her teammates, and Davis gets the kill. We're all tied up at 8. The left-handed jump float serve by Janae Stone, and the Vikings will have a swing at it. Davis tips it. Now the set goes outside, and that's Quinn Keller, dug by the Vikings. 50-50 ball at the net. Samaniega is going to get the swing, and she puts it away. These setters are not afraid to set the middles in transition and off the net. Love to see that. As a former middle blocker myself, gotta love when these setters willing to give you the ball anywhere on the court. Samaniega serving, and a nice serve by Melissa. Now this set's going to go to Kiana Cunningham, and she puts it away. Cunningham, just a sophomore. A lot of youngsters in this game. Samaniego, a junior. Cunningham, a sophomore. And on the other side, you've got the freshman, Becca Davis, getting a lot of sets. She gets the set this time, puts it away again. So we've got a freshman, a sophomore, and a junior as the go-to players so far in this game. Kelly Ritchie checks into the game for the Vikings. Becca Davis will serve, big jump serve. Set goes Cunningham, dug by Jackson. And a big swing. Kelly Ritchie putting it away, going over the top of the block on the right side. And the senior, Kelly Ritchie, with her first kill of the game. Davis with another good jump serve. And Cunningham is blocked, still free at the net. The officials call a lift on the Tigers, but a big block by Haley Peterson going up and stuffing Kiana Cunningham. Both middle blockers for the Vikings seniors. And they're going to have their hands full. This time it's Cunningham again, kept alive, and the free ball comes across the net and out of bounds. So it's been a back and forth affair here in game one. A very exciting first game as there's been a lot of action. Luisa Ramirez will be the server for Woodlake. Free ball coming back to the Tigers. They're going to go Cunningham, and she's going to be dug by Davis. Now Davis is going to get the set in the back row, and it's dug by Samaniego. Swing by Quinn Keller, and that one went off the side of the wrist of Keller and into the net for a point for Kingsburg. Brooke Jackson, the server for the Vikings. Set outside, big swing by Keller. She's not shying away from swinging hard after hitting one into the net, and I gotta like that. Kill on the outside, Kelly Ritchie for the Vikings. Both of these teams with some powerful attackers. And the setter's putting the ball in perfect position. Whichever team can play better defense is going to be set here this evening. Cunningham with the swing, hits it just long, and a point for the Vikings. They match their largest lead of the game at 14-11 here in game one. Jackson with a great serve and an ace. The senior libero, Brooke Jackson, gets the ace, and we're going to have our first time out of the game taken by Woodlake and Coach Johnson. She wants to talk to the troops, get things sorted out. They trail 15-11 here in game one. Folks, do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. The number 6 seeded Kingsburg Vikings have come into Woodlake High School and asserted themselves in the early goings. They've been led in the middle by Amarie Bremmel and Haley Peterson, but getting great contributions from both Becca Davis and Kelly Ritchie on the outside. And for Woodlake, they've got to find an answer for those big attackers on the Kingsburg side. Jackson serving. The set's going to go to Cunningham in the middle. Big swing, but it's dug by Kingsburg. 50-50 ball at the net, swung on, won by Peterson. And now Cunningham's going to get a swing again. This time it's dug by Jackson. Ritchie on the outside. Great dig in the back row. That was Samaniego with the great dig for the Tigers, and the play plays on. Best rally of the match so far. Cunningham going to get a swing in the middle, and she puts it down. What a rally and what a finish on the play by Kiana Cunningham. That was all possible by a beautiful dig by Melissa Samaniego. And that point couldn't have come at a better time for Woodlake. They were staring, going down by 5 points right in the face. The server Keller, they set Cunningham, and she puts it away. Woodlake is right back in it, trailing by 2. That dig by Samaniego, if they go on to win game one here, you got to look at that as a catalyst for this team. Keller serves it long. And the ball will go back to Kingsburg. Julie Burge checks into the game for Kingsburg. We got a big front line in there for the Vikings. 50-50 ball in the middle, and Kiana Cunningham just brushes it away. Great play by Cunningham, really smart at the net. Putting it exactly where the Viking defenders weren't. Shania Weller, the libero, will serve. Great serve. Set goes middle, and it's Amarie Bremmel getting the best of Samaniego. Nice cutback. All these middle blockers doing a great job with that cutback shot. So tough to defend. Natalie Ramirez, the server for the Vikings. The set's going to go to Regina Ramirez of the Tigers. And now that's Davis on the outside. 50-50 ball at the net, and it's smashed by Samaniego. Melissa Samaniego, a junior and one of the captains of this team. A young Woodlake team. They've only got 2 seniors on their entire roster. They've got 3 sophomores, 2 seniors, and the rest juniors. So look for this team to be solid for another couple of years. But they're not thinking about 2 years from now, a year from now. They're thinking about right now as Brenda Acosta serves. The set to Samaniego, who smashes it home. Melissa Samaniego has taken over game 1. And this game will be a battle of middle blockers. Peterson and Bremmel on the Kingsburg side, and Samaniego and Cunningham on the Woodlake side. Woodlake trailing by a point. The set to Bremmel, and there is a net violation called against the Tigers. The easy call for the officials. And a 2-point Viking lead. Bremmel will serve, and she's going to get an ace. That time it was Quinn Keller who had a little bit of trouble with it. And Amarie Bremmel gets an ace on a floater. 3-point Viking lead, looking to take game 1 here on the road. Set to Samaniego, and she takes a little bit off. Impossible to defend that tip after she's hammered the last 3. And the tip goes right over Haley Peterson for a kill. Regina Ramirez, a junior, will serve for the Tigers. Nice serve. The Vikings have some trouble with it. But a swing from the right side. That was Julie Burge. And she gets the kill. Both of these teams doing a great job in transition, kind of out of system plays where the ball's off the net and still getting big swings on it. The Vikings keep that 3-point lead that they've had for quite some time now. Samaniego with the kill again. And it seems like every time we say Melissa Samaniego's name, it's attached to a kill or a big play. Now she's serving. They've got to get something going here off of her serve. Right over the top. The ball comes back. Cunningham going to have a swing at it for the Tigers. And now a tip. Calling her own number is the setter Lindman for Kingsburg. They keep trading points. Both teams back and forth, side-out volleyball. And if you're Kingsburg right now, you'll take that as they got the 3-point cushion. Keeps going back between 3 and 2, 3 and 2. They've got the freshman with the big jump serve, Davis. And she gets an ace. Such a powerful weapon, and Coach Tori Johnson's going to call another timeout. Her Tigers trail by 4, 22-18 in the opening game of the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Finals on PlayOnSports.com. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports.
One match away from immortality.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect.
Prepare a Wiley
Follow
ballot.
the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And folks, right now it's the Kingsburg Vikings in control of game 1, looking to come on the road to Woodlake and assert themselves early. They're 3 points away from taking the opening game, and they've got their best server, the freshman Becca Davis, at the service line. She's a jump server, and she serves that one over the net. Beautiful serve, set outside to Cunningham, who gets a swing out of bounds over the top of the block, but out the back of the court. 23-18, the largest lead of the game for the Vikings, and they're 2 points away from taking game 1. Davis, big serve. Set outside Cunningham. We've got a double called against the Tigers and Kingsburg. has game point in game one. Davis with the jump serve, and the Tigers keep it alive, but there's a block at the net. Samaniego somehow keeps it in play. What an effort again by the junior. Set back row. And Keller puts it away for the Tigers. What a play by Woodlake, staving off game point. Wow. Impressive stuff from the Tigers. A very resilient bunch as Luisa Ramirez comes in to serve for Woodlake. It's still game point for Kingsburg. They go back row. Kept alive by the Tigers. Cunningham. Now a swing on the outside, and it goes down. Kelly Ritchie, the senior, puts it away. And Kingsburg takes game one, 25-19. They lead the match 1-0, and they take game one in overwhelming fashion. The Kingsburg Vikings just dominated at the net. So strong, and those attackers really doing a nice job. They take game one, 25-19. They lead the match 1-0. It's PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Finals. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. And folks, PlayOnSports.com will be providing coverage of every single Central Section championship event. Also, extensive coverage of the football playoffs. We'll have 4 live football games tomorrow evening from the Central Section. We'll also be covering the championships of every single sport within the section and 5 other sections around the state of California, along with coverage in 16 different states around the country. So you'll want to check the PlayOnSports.com broadcast schedule page to see the upcoming events and stay posted with what's going on in high school sports from around the country. Here at Woodlake High School in Woodlake, California, it's the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Finals, and the Kingsburg Vikings took game one over the Woodlake Tigers 25-19. The number 6 seeded Kingsburg going on the road and looking very solid in game one against the number 1 seed Woodlake. These two teams met earlier this year, and it was Woodlake taking it 3-0. But this Kingsburg team knows that what happened earlier in the season can be thrown out here, as all they need is 3 wins here, and they'll be Central Section champions. They take game one. We play best out of 5. The first 4 games to 25. The 5th game, if we go to it, will be to 15. The Vikings with the green uniforms, white trim, and yellow numbers. The Woodlake Tigers in the black jerseys, orange numbers, and white trim. And both of these teams really like to go to their middle blockers. Amarie Bremmel for Kingsburg, along with Haley Peterson. And then on the other side, you've got Kiana Cunningham and Melissa Samaniego. So good middle blockers on both sides. The big difference so far has been the play of the freshman Becca Davis for Kingsburg and then Kelly Ritchie. So a couple of outsides getting it done for the Vikings. The teams are on the court getting set for game 2. Woodlake going to need a response here early. They will serve. And it's Quinn Keller serving for the Tigers. 50-50 ball at the net. The set goes outside to Ritchie, and Ritchie puts it away. So Kelly Ritchie had the kill to win game 1, and then she gets a kill to lead off game 2. The senior playing well from the outside position. Brooke Jackson, the libero, will serve for Kingsburg. The Tigers go to Cunningham, and it's dug by Jackson. Great dig by the libero in the back row. Davis from the back row. And now it's Ritchie. Free ball for the Tigers. Set middle, Cunningham with the cutback, and it's dug. Nice job on the right side, Janae Stone. Nice rally both sides. Free ball coming for the Vikings. They're going to go middle, and it's Bremmel putting it away. Kingsburg getting it done in all aspects of the game. Great defense, and obviously their offense has been virtually unstoppable. Brooke Jackson, the libero, will serve. 50-50 ball at the net. Bremmel smashes it home, then she gets a block. They're going to set her. Excuse me, that was Lindman calling her own number. And the ball hits the back line. Nice job, Brenda Acosta, finding the back line. And the Tigers getting a much-needed side out. It'll be Shania Weller serving for Woodlake. Nice play by Lindman. Just guiding that ball over the top, poking it with her knuckle, and getting the point for the Vikings. The Vikings will serve with a 3-1 lead. That's Nicole Lindman, the setter. Set goes to Samaniego, and she gets the kill. Surprise, surprise, Melissa Samaniego puts it down for the Tigers. 3-2, the Kingsburg lead over Woodlake. But it's the setter Acosta serving for the Tigers. Big block in the middle. Samaniego combining with Regina Ramirez to block Anne-Marie Bremmel. And the Tigers have tied it up at 3. Acosta at the service line. Nice pass by the Vikings. They're going to go outside. And that ball goes long. Julia Burge with the swing, and she hits it out of bounds. Woodlake with their first lead of game 2. Acosta still serving. Nice serve from the junior. The Tigers keep it alive, and Weller puts a free ball back over. Bremmel's dug. The set goes to Regina Ramirez, who hits it into the net. A little bit of low set. And on a play like that, Ramirez would have had to take a lot off of it to try to get it in the court. Instead, she took a full swing, and that ball was destined for the net from the beginning. Natalie Ramirez will serve for the Vikings. Set middle, Samaniego kept alive by the Vikings, but into the back wall. And it's a point for the Woodlake Tigers. Regina Ramirez will serve for Woodlake. And an ace. Ramirez gets the ace. As that ball was, it seemed like the Vikings might have thought that was going to go out of bounds. Instead, they tried to make a play on it. And it goes for an ace. The Tigers get the point. And Kingsburg will use their first time out of the match. They trail 6-4 here in game 2, but they lead the match 1-0. It's PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Finals. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. I'm Brian Vilvin, coming to you live from Woodlake High School in Woodlake, California, the site of the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Championship match between the number 6 seeded Kingsburg Vikings and the number 1 seed, the Woodlake Tigers. The Tigers coming back strong here in Game 2. Game 1 saw Kingsburg win comfortably 25-19. That's a kill by the freshman Becca Davis, and she is really playing well. The senior Amory Bremmel will serve. Set to Samaniego, and a block by Peterson, kept alive by the Tigers. Big swing Davis, kept alive and into the net. A rare mistake by Samaniego, but the Vikings tie it back up at 6. Samaniego throws it down. Some of the Vikings players wanted to get a throw call, but that was nicely done by the junior Melissa Samaniego. She'll be the server. 7-6, the Woodlake lead here in Game 2. 50-50 ball at the net, passed by Cunningham. She's going to get the set, and she's blocked by Peterson. Backside, and a net violation called against the Vikings. That's a kill for Gabby Diaz on the Woodlake side. (8-6) Woodlake leading Kingsburg. Melissa Samaniego serving. And smashed home by Cunningham. That overpass is a middle blocker's dream, and Kiana Cunningham got a good swing on it. 3-point lead for the Tigers, their biggest of the match. Cunningham with the block, 50-50, free ball coming over. Set Cunningham again, and she puts it away. Woodlake on a nice little run here in Game 2. They lead 10-6. Samaniego still serving. The set goes outside. Big swing by Davis, but it's dug nicely by the Tigers. Peterson will put a free ball back across. And now Cunningham going cross court and getting the kill. The sophomore with the big swings, and it's a 5-point Woodlake lead. Nice serve. Set outside, and Davis hits it long. The Vikings may need to use another timeout here to try to stop the bleeding. They've given up 6 straight to the Tigers. Back set, and a kill. Nicely done by Julia Burge. The Vikings needed that one badly. Janae Stone will come in to serve for Kingsburg. The lefty with a service ace off the jump floater. Great crowd on hand here for the Division IV Volleyball Championship. Janae Stone again. This time it goes into the net. The Woodlake football team leading some cheers in the student section. The server will be Luisa Ramirez for the Tigers. Set outside, and Davis is dug. Nice dig by the Tigers. That one off the antenna. So credit Becca Davis with the kill. Kelly Ritchie will check back into the game for the Vikings. Great jump serve by the freshman Davis. And that swing goes into the net. Those down balls got to keep in play. Quinn Keller serving for the Tigers. Back row swing, and again it gets hit into the net. Becca Davis may have just lost concentration there briefly. Keller serving again. The Vikings have some trouble with it. They'll go back row to Davis. Set outside, Ramirez, and Regina Ramirez will get the kill. Timeout Kingsburg as Woodlake has their biggest lead of the match. It's 16-9 here in game 2, looking to even things up in the Central Section Division 4 Volleyball Championship. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. I'm Brian Vilvin, bringing you the action from Woodlake, California, and Woodlake High School. Jason Devine, our producer, Megan Coffey, our videographer. And it's the Woodlake Tigers in complete control here in game 2. They lead it by 7. Kingsburg's used both of their timeouts here in game 2. Nice swing by Kelly Ritchie. The set will go outside. Regina Ramirez, and she gets another kill. 2 straight points by Ramirez. Great dig by Jackson trying to even get a hand on it, but it goes out of bounds, and the Tigers' roll continues. And the Woodlake fans getting into it. Set outside Ritchie. Big swing down the line. Nicely done. Kept alive by Woodlake. Ritchie's going to have another go at it. And this time she puts it away. The libero, Brooke Jackson, will serve for Haley Peterson. Back in the front row, Amarie Bremmel. The serve goes long, and it's another point for the Tigers. (18-10), the Woodlake lead here in game 2. Big block. Melissa Samaniego and Regina Ramirez combining on the block. Woodlake looks like a different team here in game 2. The serve by Shania Weller. Another block at the net. And another block at the net. Kept alive by the Tigers, but it goes long, and it's a point for Kingsburg. The server will be the setter, Nicole Lindman. 19-11, Woodlake leading Kingsburg here in game 2. It was the Vikings of Kingsburg taking game 1, 25-19. Samaniego with the swing, and she hits it long. A rare miss hit from the junior, Melissa Samaniego, for Woodlake. Lindman serving. Samaniego dug by Lindman. Ritchie. And now Regina Ramirez with another kill. Regina Ramirez is 3 for her last 3. The last 3 times she's put a swing on it, it's been a kill for the Tigers. Their lead is 8. They're 5 points away from evening this matchup at a game apiece. Brenda Acosta will serve. Slide set. This ball goes over the net to the Tigers. They're going to set Samaniego, who puts it down. Wow. Nothing you can do about that. She just hit it directly around Bremel's block and straight down inside that 10-foot line. Power shot. And no stopping that one. Set goes middle, Ritchie. And it's kept alive by the Tigers. Samaniego somehow got to that ball and gets the kill. She can do no wrong, and neither can the Tigers here in game 2. 10-point lead for Woodlake. Samaniego will get set again, and she tips it for the kill. The Tigers continue to feed number 21. And number 21's doing a job. Melissa Samaniego, unstoppable right now. A service error from Acosta, and the Vikings get the ball back. 23-13, Woodlake in control. The server will be Natalie Ramirez for the Vikings. Set to the middle, Samaniego puts it down again. You know it's going to her, but they can't stop it right now. Game point for the Tigers. 24-13, they lead it. Regina Ramirez serving for the game. Set outside, and Davis with the kill. Nice job off the tape by the freshman. The Tigers are a side out away from evening this match at a game apiece. They'll go to Samaniego. She'll tip it. It's Doug. 50-50 ball at the net. This time they'll go outside, and into the net goes Quinn Keller. 24-15. Bremel still serving for the Vikings. The Tigers go Samaniego's way again. Kept alive. And it hits off of the ceiling for a point and the game for Woodlake. They take game 2 25-15, and the match is even at a game apiece. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. And folks, do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Well, folks, we are in the midst of a hot battle here between the number 6 seeded Kingsburg Vikings and the number 1 seed, the Woodlake Tigers. Game 1 was all Kingsburg. They took it 25-19. And then in game 2, the Woodlake Tigers came charging back. They won it by 10 points, 25-15. And the junior, Melissa Samaniego, was absolutely unstoppable. She even had a play where she was falling over out of bounds, hit it over her head, and got the kill. So we're even at a game apiece here. And now we've got, basically the scenario is a best 2 out of 3 for the Division IV championship here in the Central section. And a very, very exciting match. Throw out the records, throw out the previous meeting between the two teams. We've got who can get 2 of the next 3. They'll be crowned champions of the Central section in Division IV, and they'll be headed off to the state championship tournament. It's been a battle between middle blockers on both sides as Amarie Bremmel and Haley Peterson have done a really nice job in the middle for the Vikings. And then on the Woodlake side, Kiana Cunningham and Melissa Samaniego have been dominant for Woodlake. Brenda Acosta, the setter for the Tigers. Shania Weller, the libero. On the Kingsburg side, Nicole Lindman, the setter, and Brooke Jackson, the libero. Both liberos having fine evenings as well, as are the setters. You can't have good attacking without good defense and good setting. Also, Becca Davis and Kelly Ritchie getting in on the act on the offensive side for Kingsburg, both on the outside. Davis just a freshman and very impressive. Kiana Cunningham just a sophomore for Woodlake. So a ton of young players contributing on both of these sides. The officials getting everything set to go. Woodlake coached by Tori Johnson and Kingsburg coached by Taryn Brown. The officials, Billy Jennings, Johnny Mendez, Wyatt Wong, and Bucky Redfern as we get underway here in Game 3. Samaniego does a nice job keeping that ball alive. Set goes middle. Bremmel dug by Ramirez. Nice swing by Quinn Keller. And Bremmel will swing again. And Keller hits that one long. Point for the Vikings. Kingsburg has got to get themselves going here early in Game 3 as they had Game 2 slip away from them. Woodlake was in control throughout Game 2. Free ball for the Tigers. They'll go middle. And Cunningham's blocked by Bremmel. Set outside, Ritchie. And a block in the middle, but the ball's still alive. They're going to call a lift against the Tigers. Good call by the officials. And Kingsburg's going to have the point. That was a double block by Amarie Bremmel and Kelly Ritchie on the right side. Brooke Jackson continuing to serve 2-0. The Kingsburg lead. Cunningham gets the set, and she's going to get the kill. Kiana Cunningham had to take a little bit off there, but it works out nicely for Woodlake. A rowdy bunch of fans for both of these sides and an exciting atmosphere here for the D4 championship. Cunningham with the set in the middle. Bremmel with the block, and now she'll get a chance in transition. Instead, that's Lindman calling her own number. Cunningham set. Outside Ritchie, and Ritchie puts it away off the tape. We got a substitution on the Kingsburg side as Julia Burge comes in to replace Janae Stone. The server will be the junior Nicole Lindman. Regina Ramirez with a big swing. No touch, say the officials. The Tiger side wanted a touch there. Ramirez has not been afraid to swing. In Game 2, she had a number of big kills for the Tigers. And that was a huge difference for Woodlake, having somebody step up on one of the pins, and that was Regina Ramirez for the Tigers. Big block, Cunningham with a roof of Bremmel. Talk about getting the fans fired up. Kiana Cunningham with a huge block. Weller, the libero, serving, and she'll get an ace. The senior libero for Woodlake, one of just 2 seniors on the team. Big swing, Samaniego with the kill. Set middle and into the net goes Bremmel. So nice little rally going here. Nice run by the Tigers, and Woodlake's got a lead, 5-4 here in game 3. Weller with the short serve into the net. And an easy side out for the Vikings. 5-5 the score. Set outside, Samaniego puts it away. That's about 1,000 kills on the evening for Samaniego, unofficially. Brenda Acosta will serve for Woodlake. Set to the right side, nice dig by Weller. Set middle. Nice dig on the other side. 50-50 ball. No doubt about it. Melissa Samaniego again. Acosta, nice serve just off the top of the tape. Set outside. Davis, dug by the Tigers. Samaniego, dug by the Vikings. Right side tip. Nice job coming in there. Making a play was Deathridge. And a kill on the outside by Becca Davis. Marie Bremmel will be back at the service line. Haley Peterson back into the front row for the Vikings. Back row swing. Nice job, Keller. 50-50 ball at the net. Ramirez. Backside set and into the net goes Burge. That's another point for the Tigers. They lead at 8-6 here in game 3. We're even at a game apiece for both of these squads. Regina Ramirez, the server. Into the net. Burge again. The 9-6 lead equals the largest lead of game 3 for Woodlake. And after game 1, Woodlake has looked very impressive. Nice swing in the middle, Davis. Kept alive by the Tigers. They'll have a swing on the outside. Davis, another good swing, dug by Acosta. And she'll swing from the back row. The setter getting in on the action. 50-50 ball at the net. Nice dig, Acosta again. 2 great digs by the junior setter. And a swing on the outside. Becca Davis puts it home. Janae Stone serving, and she'll have an ace. The Kingsburg Vikings looking to tie it up. Janae Stone, a senior. Set middle, Samaniego, and it's a kill. Whether she swings hard, tips, or hits a roll shot like that, it always seems to hit the floor. And now she'll serve. Kingsburg's got to be excited to get Samaniego out of the front row. 50-50 ball, Cunningham. Now she'll be set again. But if Samaniego's back row, that means Cunningham's front row, so the big hitters stay in there. Peterson with a swing, and she's into the net. Woodlake has looked like a different team as soon as game 2 began. Overpass. Cunningham puts it away. Great set by Acosta, and Kiana Cunningham does the rest. 12-8. Woodlake leading here in game 3. Set outside, Davis. Nice dig, Samaniego, but she can't control it. And the Vikings get a much-needed side out. They trail by 3. And they'll have Kelly Ritchie back into the contest in the front row. And the server will be the talented freshman Becca Davis, the only jump server in the game. Big serve, Davis. And a kill on the right-hand side. Nicole Lindman, the setter, with the swinging kill for Kingsburg. 12-10. The Vikings trail the Tigers. Davis takes a little something off that jumper. Set outside. Cunningham puts it away. Wow, what a swing. Kiana Cunningham did a beautiful job keeping her body behind the ball and getting her full force on it, hitting it at the highest point. Absolutely nothing you can do about that if you're a Viking defender. Perfect set, great swing, and a point. Luisa Ramirez serving for Woodlake. The set goes outside to Ritchie, and it's dug in the back row, Samaniego. Cunningham will have a swing. What a play. That ball just hung up there for Kiana Cunningham, and she brushed it aside right along the base of the net for a point for the Tigers. They lead by 4 here in game 3. Nice job mixing it up, Nicole Lindman. Everybody was expecting that ball to go to the outside, and Lindman said, I think I'll just take it and throw it with my left hand right into the center of the court where there are no Tiger defenders. Brooke Jackson, the libero, will serve, and she serves it wide. Point Woodlake. The server will be Quinn Keller, and Keller with an ace off the tape. Sometimes the bounces just go your way, and that time it did for Woodlake. And Kingsburg's going to call a timeout. 16-11, Woodlake leading Kingsburg here in Game 3. The match is tied up at a game apiece. It's PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Championship. Play on Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play on Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. It's the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Championship. I'm Brian Vilvin coming to you live from Woodlake, California, and Woodlake High School, where the Tigers lead the Kingsburg Vikings 16-11 here in Game 3. They're looking to take a 2-1 lead in the match. Quinn Keller serving. 50-50 ball at the net, and it's a huge block. Amarie Bremmel stuffing Kiana Cunningham. Lindman will serve. That means Julia Burge back into the game in the front row for the Vikings. 50-50 ball. Set outside. Ritchie kept alive. Bremmel's going to swing. Doug Samaniego. Cunningham now. That's Regina Ramirez with the swing. Kelly Ritchie's dug once again. 50-50 ball blocked. Ritchie and Bremmel combine on the block for the Vikings. Such a tough combination there with the outside hitter and the middle blocker. Both standing close to 6 feet tall and stuffing that one back to the Tigers' side. Free ball coming for the Vikings. They trail by 3. This will be a big point if they can get it. And they do. Julia Burge doing her part. It's a 3-point run for the Vikings. The setter, Nicole Lindman, still serving. Set middle. Cunningham dug. Rich by Jackson. Great dig by the libero for the Vikings. Regina Ramirez with a swing, and the Vikings keep it alive. That ball goes outside the antenna. That's going to be a point for the Tigers. And the bleeding stops for the Woodlake. A libero Weller will serve. Cunningham out. Samaniego back in the front row. That serve goes long for an error. Kingsburg trailing by only 2. Natalie Ramirez will be the server for the Vikings. Set Samaniego, it's over her head. She tried to hit it with the left hand, but was unable to do so. And it's a 1-point game. Kingsburg right back in it. It's coming down to the wire here in game 3, 17-16. The Woodlake lead. Samaniego in the back corner, wow. Brenda Acosta will serve. Set goes middle, Bremmel. Kept alive by the Tigers. They're going to go Bremmel again, and she puts it away. The senior Amarie Bremmel with a big kill at a big time for the Vikings. They trail by only 1. And Bremmel will be the server. Nice serve, great pass by Weller. And she'll hit a down ball into the net. It's tied at 18. Great comeback by Kingsburg here in game 3. They trailed by as many as 6 in this third game. And Bremmel serves it into the net. Regina Ramirez will be the server for the Tigers. Nice serve. Set outside Davis. Kept alive by Woodlake. And they'll call a double against the Tigers. $19 apiece. Janae Stone into serve for Kingsburg. Set Samaniego, kill Woodlake. It's 20-19, the Tigers lead it here in game 3. Nice serve, Samaniego. Set outside Davis. 50-50 ball at the net. Cunningham will have a run at it, and she hammers it home. Kiana Cunningham with a big kill for Woodlake. (21-19), the Woodlake lead. That was a huge point. And an ace by Samaniego. Timeout time for Kingsburg. 22-19, Woodlake leading it here in game 3. It's the Central Section Division 4 Volleyball Finals on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. The Woodlake Tigers with a 3-point lead here late in game 3. The match is tied at a game apiece. Davis with a big swing on the outside, kept alive by the Tigers. They'll go to Cunningham. Cunningham with the cutback, and it's blocked by Peterson. Again, Cunningham. And this time it goes down. Brenda Acosta keeps going back to those middle blockers, and they keep doing the job. 50-50 ball. Won by Cunningham, but a great dig by the Vikings. Lindman with the kill, as there's 4 contacts against the Tigers. Nice job by Nicole Lindman mixing things up there. The server will be the freshman jump server, Becca Davis. Great pass. And Cunningham hits it into the net. It's crunch time here in game 3. Davis rips another one. Touched by Peterson. Ritchie with the swing, dug by Acosta. Lindman puts it down. It's a 1-point game. What a game here in game 3. Right side swing, kept alive by the Vikings. Free ball for the Tigers. And we've got a lift. It's all tied up at 23 apiece. Becca Davis continuing to serve. Woodlake's going to use a timeout. 23 all in game 3. Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game. We'll have a live interview with that player, and we'll wrap up all the action from this contest. Folks, that's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. But we've still got plenty of volleyball to play before we get to that postgame. Game 3 is in the balance, 23-23. Becca Davis serving for the 4th straight point. The jump server with another good one. The Tigers will have a swing at it. Nice dig, Davis. And a kill by Kelly Ritchie. That ball looked like it may be going long. Samaniego tried to play it. She didn't know if there was a touch or not, and now it's game point for Kingsburg. Woodlake seemed to be in control here in game 3. But now it's Kingsburg who's got game point. Free ball for the Vikings. They've got this one to take game 3. They go to Ritchie. And Ritchie puts it down. Kelly Ritchie with the kill. And what a comeback by Kingsburg. The Vikings take game 3. 25-23. And the Woodlake side seems stunned. Woodlake appeared to be in control throughout most of game 3. But the Kingsburg Vikings came charging back. They weren't having any part of Woodlake being in control. And they come away with the victory, a huge victory in game 3. They now lead the match 2-1. And if they can win one of the final 2 games, they'll be your Central Section Division IV champion. Kingsburg, the number 6 seed coming into this tournament, facing off against the number 1 seed Woodlake on the road in front of a packed house at Woodlake High School. And the Kingsburg Vikings are 1 game away from taking the Central Section Division IV crown. The Kingsburg fans are alive right now. These stands are rocking. And they know their Vikings are one game away from winning a championship in very impressive fashion. If you're the Woodlake Tigers and Coach Torrey Johnson, you've got to just calm your girls down a little bit. Let them know they were in control for all of Game 2 and then most of Game 3. So they know that they can compete with this Kingsburg team. They've already beaten them once this season. You just can't lose faith if you're Woodlake. For Kingsburg, you've got to be so pleased that you snuck away with Game 3 after charging back, an extremely impressive comeback, but now you've got to finish. You don't want to come out here and go up 2-1 and then lose focus. So it's going to be very important for Kingsburg to stay focused and get the job done. They've got to get that job done right now. They don't want to send this one to a 5th game. Anything can happen in a game just to 15. So Kingsburg wants to get it taken care of right now. And the Vikings are a game away from doing just that. Kingsburg on the near side of the court with the green jerseys, yellow numbering, white trim. And on the far side, the Woodlake Tigers in the black jerseys, orange numbers, and white trim. The Tigers will serve to start off Game 4. It's Quinn Keller doing the serving duties for the Tigers. Back row swing and a kill by Becca Davis. And Davis getting the job done. Nicole Lindman will serve for the Vikings. Set middle, Cunningham, and a huge block by Amarie Bremmel in the middle. 2-0 Kingsburg, getting back right where they left off at the end of Game 3. And a service ace by Lindman. 3 plays, 3 different players contributing. First it was a kill by Davis, then a block by Bremmel, and a service ace from Lindman. Set middle, Cunningham. Bremmel's going to get a swing out, and she gets a kill. 4-0 Kingsburg. The Vikings couldn't imagine a better start for Kingsburg. And that serve goes wide. Nicole Lindman serves that one out of bounds. Shania Weller, the libero, serving for Woodlake. Set middle, and Amarie Bremmel puts it down. Natalie Ramirez will serve, replacing Kelly Ritchie. Free ball coming to the Vikings. They're going to go right side. It's blocked, kept alive. Free ball back for the Tigers. They'll go to the middle. Samaniego, but it's kept alive by Kingsburg, who then hits it into the net. That was Becca Davis into the net. Big side out for the Tigers. And they've got Samaniego in the front row, along with Regina Ramirez and Gabby Diaz. The server, Acosta. Davis on the outside, puts it away. Kingsburg is fired up. Not just the fans, but the players out on the court as well. Bremmel will serve. Peterson checks back into the game in the front row. Samaniego on the back line. Weller serving. Excuse me, that's Regina Ramirez serving for the Tigers. Free ball. And that free ball goes out of bounds. So Woodlake mounting a bit of a comeback here. They trail by 2. It'll be Ramirez again. Free ball. Samaniego, it's dug. Great dig on the outside by Ramirez. Samaniego will have another go at it. This time it's dug by Lindman. Another free ball for the Tigers. And again, they'll go Samaniego. This one she'll put away, but it's kept alive, nearly kept alive by the Vikings. Great effort by Brooke Jackson, but it was just out of reach of the libero. Regina Ramirez still serving. The set goes outside to Davis. Samaniego goes power shot. Natalie Ramirez with a dig. 50-50 ball at the net. And the Tigers will win that one. It's tied at 6. Alex Torres will check into the game. She'll replace Julia Burge for Kingsburg. 6-6, both fan bases going wild. Service ace Regina Ramirez, and the Tigers have their first lead of Game 4. They trailed 4-0, now they lead it 7-6. Great run by the Tigers. They've done most of it with Regina Ramirez at the service line where she still stands. Samaniego is going to have a swing at it. She gets a kill. Timeout, Kingsburg. Taryn Brown has seen enough. She wants to calm the troops. 8-6, Woodlake leading Kingsburg in Game 4. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. I'm Brian Vilvin, bringing you the action from Woodlake High School. Jason Devine and Megan Coffey rounding out our crew here this evening, bringing you the Central Section Division 4 Volleyball Girls Championship. Regina Ramirez with another ace. 9-6 the Woodlake lead. They've been on fire here in Game 4. Regina Ramirez has been a spark plug at that service line. Free ball coming. Got to imagine it's going Samaniego's way, and it does. She tips it for a kill. You know it's coming, but there's nothing you can do about it. Anytime she's in the front row and they get a transition ball, you got to know it's going to number 21. 50-50 at the net. Set outside Davis. Samaniego dug by Jackson. Out of bounds. Shania Weller got a little too over anxious there. Hit that one long. Janae Stone checks back into the game, replacing Alex Torres. Torres doing a nice job out there for the Vikings. Stone, jump floater, lefty, into the net. Set outside Davis, and they say that one sailed long. 5-point Woodlake lead. They led by 6 in Game 3. Kingsburg came back to win that game. No lead is safe here tonight. Cunningham with a kill. They matched that 6-point lead from game 3. They now have a 13-7 lead here in game 4. But they trail the match 2-1. Woodlake trying to send this to a 5th and decisive game. Samaniego serving. Cunningham. 50-50 ball. And a kill by Brenda Costa. Great effort on the play. Flying back was Natalie Ramirez trying to make a play for the Vikings. But that ball just out of the reach. 7-point lead for Woodlake. Acosta again. The setter getting in on the act on the offensive side. Free ball for the Tigers. They go Cunningham, and she goes to the floor. Kiana Cunningham with the kill, 15-7, Woodlake leading. They trailed 4-0. They're now on a 15-3 run here in game 4. Davis with the swing. Cunningham, long. Much needed side out for the Vikings. If they want to get back into game 4, it's got to start right now with Becca Davis at the service line. And the Woodlake football team letting Davis hear it. But the freshman doesn't care. She rips a jumper. Big block by Haley Peterson in the middle. A free ball coming. And it goes long. So a point for Kingsburg. And the Vikings trying to get a little run going. Becca Davis, good toss. And another really good serve. That's an ace. It's so important as a jump server to get a good toss. And the rest will take care of itself. That time it was a perfect toss by Davis, and she got the ace. Kingsburg trails by only 5 now here in game 4. They've got their best server at the line. And Cunningham hits it into the net. So 4 straight points for Kingsburg, and it's a ball game again. What was once a 15-7 Woodlake lead is now a 15-11 Woodlake lead, and Kingsburg's on a roll. Another good toss. Cunningham with the swing, dug by the Vikings. And it's kept alive by Kingsburg. What a play all around. Cunningham swinging, still alive. Now it's Ritchie. 50-50 ball at the net, still alive. Ritchie kept it alive again. Great rally both sides. Cunningham. And she puts it away. That was a massive, massive point for Woodlake. (16-11). The server, Luisa Ramirez. Set outside Ritchie. And a kill by the setter, Nicole Lindman, for the Vikings. Haley Peterson checks out. Bremmel back in the front row. The server will be the libero, senior Captain Brooke Jackson. Nice float serve. Set middle. Cunningham. Good night. Quinn Keller, the server. 50-50 ball. Cunningham with another kill. They say that ball was over the net, so Cunningham's allowed to swing at it. If that had still been on the Kingsburg side, it would have been an over and no point. But the officials say that ball was over the top of the net, and it's anybody's play. That serve by Keller goes long, and it's a side out for the Vikings. 18-13, Woodlake leading Kingsburg here in Game 4. The Vikings lead the match 2-1. Woodlake just trying to send it to a decisive fifth. Service ace by the junior setter, Nicole Lindman. Kingsburg refuses to go away. They trail by only 4. They've trailed by as much as 8 here in the game. Set outside, Regina Ramirez, she's blocked. And the block will stand. Going in, making the play, Alex Torres, fresh into the game. 18-15, Kingsburg climbing back into it again. Do they have another massive comeback? Waiting for them. Set goes middle, Cunningham, she puts it away. (19-15), the Woodlake lead. Weller will serve. Back row swing, Davis. And it's put away at the net by Amarie Bremmel. Natalie Ramirez checks back into the game, replacing Kelly Ritchie. Ramirez will be the server. The officials making sure they got that one right with the touch against the Tigers. So Kingsburg getting the point. Correct call by the officials. Natalie Ramirez serving. Set goes middle to Regina Ramirez, and she's blocked. Amarie Bremmel, a force in the middle. It's a 2-point game. The Vikings trying to mount an 8-point comeback here in Game 4. They trailed by 6 in Game 3 and came back to win that one. They've trailed by 8 here in Game 4. And 4 contacts the call against the Vikings. The officials say that Davis hit that one into the net, and there was no touch on the block. So Woodlake gets a side out. 20-17, the Tigers lead here in Game 4. 5 points away from sending this one to Game 5. Free ball for the Vikings. They go middle, to Amarie Bremmel. Davis. Samaniego. And now Bremmel again. Samaniego again. Davis. 50-50 ball won by Bremmel. 20-18 the score here in Game 4. Kingsburg sneaking back into it, and they can sense it. Amarie Bremmel at the service line. Peterson back in the front row. Dig, nice dig by Natalie Ramirez, keeping that one alive. Free ball for the Tigers. They'll go Samaniego, she'll tip, and it'll hit the floor. Great effort by Natalie Ramirez. Again, she's flying everywhere. Just out of her reach, though. Regina Ramirez led the charge here at the beginning of Game 4. Davis with the left hand. Samaniego hits it wide. Tough out-of-position swing. And it's a 1-point game. 2-point game. (21-19), the Woodlake lead. Janae Stone serving. Set right side, Samaniego. Nice dig, Jackson. Davis again, into the net. 22-19. And a timeout will be taken by Taryn Brown and the Kingsburg Vikings. 22-19, Woodlake leading it here in Game 4. It's PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Section Division 4 Volleyball Championship. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Melissa Samaniego will serve. The Tigers lead by 3 here in Game 4. They trail the match 2-1. Haley Peterson gets a kill for Kingsburg. The Vikings don't want to let this one go to a 5th and deciding game. They want to finish this huge comeback. They trailed by 8 here in Game 4. Now they trail by just 2. They've got their best server at the line, Becca Davis, who started the charge. And a kill. Nice job, Brenda Costa, just redirecting that ball, right over the net and off the arm of Peterson for a kill. Woodlake 2 points away from sending this to Game 5. Luisa Ramirez, the server. Set back row, Davis. Cunningham. Kiana Cunningham with authority. Coach Brown's used both of her timeouts here in Game 4. No way to stop it. It's game point for the Tigers. Set outside and into the net goes Ritchie. The game belongs to Woodlake, and the match is tied at 2 games apiece. 25-20, the Tigers take Game 4. So, folks, we will go to a 5th game. This game will be to 15. Both teams send their captains up to speak with the official. The teams will have a coin toss to determine who will serve and what side the teams will stay on. Woodlake won the toss, and they decided to stay on the side that they're on right now. The side that Woodlake is on right now is the side that both teams have won games in. So whoever's been on the far side of the court has won the game. And Woodlake hopes to see that trend continue as we head to Game 5, the decisive 5th game. It'll be a game to 15, got to win by 2. Folks, while we have a second, we want to remind you to stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. We'll select a player of the game. We'll have a live interview with that player right here on the air, and we'll wrap up all the action from this game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports and the Central Section Championships, PlayOnSports.com. Jason Devine, our producer, Megan Coffey, our videographer, bringing you all these great shots. And I'm Brian Vilvin, and we are in for a treat here. Game 5. A championship match that is going down to the wire. Kingsburg looking to come into Woodlake and upset the number 1 seed. The Tigers looking to defend their home and win the section crown. The Woodlake Tigers on the far side with the black jerseys, orange numbers, white trim. The Kingsburg Vikings in the green uniforms, white trim, and yellow numbers. Brooke Jackson, the libero, will get things going for the Vikings. Free ball coming. They'll go Bremmel. She'll tip. 50-50 ball. And a point for the Vikings. Jackson into the net. Every single point so important here in a game 5. It definitely does not get more exciting than this, especially in a championship setting. Keller serving, huge kill, Cunningham. Oh, man. You do not want to be in the way when Kiana Cunningham gets to take a swing like that. A little bit of hold up here as Coach Brown trying to figure out what the scoop was here. I think she thinks that there was a net touch by Cunningham during that swing. The down ref, Johnny Mendez, will speak with the up ref, Billy Jennings, see if we can get this thing sorted out. And they say that the ball went into the net, not the hand of Cunningham. Coach Brown getting the explanation here. And now she's directing her team that they need a side out. Quinn Keller serving. Ritchie with the swing on the outside. And she'll get the kill. Nice job by Kelly Ritchie. Going up high and hitting it off the block. Alex Torres checked back into the game, replacing Janae Stone. Nicole Lindman serving for the Vikings. Set middle, Cunningham. And again, the cutback. And Kiana Cunningham with the kill. She has been unstoppable. Both middles playing out of their minds for Woodlake. The libero, Weller, will serve. Samaniego back in the front row. And in the front row on the Kingsburg side, Bremmel. The set will go to Ritchie. Bremmel off the block. And now Samaniego with the tip. She's going to be blocked, but it's kept alive. Great job by Acosta keeping that one alive. And a left-handed swing by Samaniego. And Kingsburg keeps it alive. Another really good rally. Free ball for the Tigers. They'll go middle. And Samaniego just dead tired. Could barely even get up for that one. She tried to hit it in the back corner, hit it just long, but both of these teams just exhausting themselves out there with effort. 3-3 the score. Nice serve by Natalie Ramirez, and she gets an ace. Set outside. Nice dig by the Vikings. They set Davis in transition. Free ball coming. Bremmel. And she puts it down. Amarie Bremmel getting the job done out of the middle. Timeout Woodlake. Kingsburg leads game 5, 5-3. Coach Johnson wants a timeout. They need a side out. It's PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Championship. Play on Sports is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events and all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. Natalie Ramirez will serve for Kingsburg. She serves that one into the net. So Tori Johnson's timeout pays off. Try to ice the server a little bit. Kind of like calling a free throw to ice a free throw shooter. Calling a timeout to ice a free throw shooter, or a timeout to ice a kicker in football. Works the same in volleyball as well. Set goes middle, Bremmel. Nice job, Samaniego kept alive. Davis. Outside, Ramirez. And now Bremmel again, and she hammers that one. Beautiful set by Lindman and Amarie Bremmel. There was no doubt about that one. Get out of the way. She'll serve. Haley Peterson back into the game. Set middle. And now outside, Davis hits that one into the net. So you're starting to see on both sides these players just exhausted. They've been out there now going on 2 hours just going at it. Set outside to Davis for a kill. Becca Davis, the freshman, coming through in the clutch. 7-5 the Kingsburg lead. Playing only to 15 here in the 5th and decisive game. Janae Stone serving. Set outside. Taking a little something off of it was Keller. Davis again, nice block. And Davis will have another swing at it. This time she roll shots. No roll shot that time, but it is dug in the back row by Weller. Nice dig, Janae Stone. And Stone hits it long. Woodlake trails by a point. And they'll have Melissa Samaniego serving. Nice serve, free ball coming back, down ball for the Tigers. They'll set the middle, Cunningham, and she hits it into the net. Haley Peterson was all over that one. Becca Davis will serve. Cunningham, lift called against the Vikings. Everybody just on the edge of their seat for every single point. Substitution coming here. Allie Flores will check into the game, replacing Haley Peterson. The server, Luisa Ramirez for the Tigers. Ritchie with the swing. Now it's Cunningham. Kept alive nicely by Kingsburg. Cunningham again, this time with a tip. And flying in there, Brooke Jackson trying to make a play, but The ball will hit the floor. It's all tied up at 8. What a play, kept alive by Kingsburg. Cunningham with a swing. And it goes long. The Vikings with the point. They did all they could just to keep that one alive, and somehow they come away with the point. They keep the lead 9-8. Brooke Jackson will serve, the senior libero for the Vikings. .50-50 ball won by Brenda Acosta. We're tied at 9 again. 6 points will decide the Central Section Division IV champion. First one to 6. Got to win by 2 here. Set middle. Dug by the Tigers. They'll go middle again. Cunningham. And Cunningham puts it away. 10-9. Woodlake leading. 5 points away. Quinn Keller serving. Set goes middle. And a big kill. Amarie Bremo puts it down. 10-10. Back and forth we go. Nicole Lindman will serve for the Vikings. Set middle, Cunningham, and she puts it away. Perfect pass, perfect set by Acosta, and a great swing by Cunningham. Coach Brown wants a timeout. 11-10, Woodlake leading. They'll be serving, but the Vikings right there too. Both of these teams just going back and forth here in Game 5. In a match where we've seen comebacks and we've seen teams run away with games, the consistent thing has been that both of these teams continue to fight. 11-10, a 1-point game. In a game to 15 to determine a champion. And both teams are making plays. They're not relying on the other to make mistakes. They're actually going out and making the plays themselves. It's been an extremely impressive showing by both sides here. It's a shame somebody has to lose this one. That swing goes long by Bremel. And neither team will actually lose this game. One of the teams will win it. Woodlake leading 12-10. They're 3 points away from the championship. Weller serving. Set goes middle. Bremel kept alive, and it goes out of bounds. Big kill by Amarie Bremel. Nicole Lindman did not shy away from going right back to her, and it paid off. Ritchie comes off. Ramirez will replace her, and Natalie Ramirez will be the server for the Vikings. They trail 12-11. Great serve. Set to the middle. Samaniego puts it down. Woodlake leads it 13-11. They are 2 points away. Acosta serving. Set middle. Nicely done, Bremel. Just throwing it to the side, right along the base of the net. Nothing you can do about that if you're the Tigers. Bremel serving. Set middle, Samaniego. Kept alive nicely by the Vikings. They're going to go outside to Davis. And it's dug by the Tigers. Samaniego again. And again, it's kept alive. Davis on the outside. Ramirez, and it's blocked. Huge block in the middle by Ali Flores and Alex Torres. And it's tied at 13. Timeout Woodlake. Kingsburg's never give up attitude pays off as they tie this one up. It's a game to 2. In a back and forth affair, it comes down to this. 13-13 in Game 5 of the Division IV Championship. Amory Bremel serving. Set middle. Samaniego hits it on the back line. Woodlake has championship point. The server will be Regina Ramirez. Tiger fans on their feet, but it'll have to wait. Taryn Brown calls her final timeout here in Game 5. Woodlake has championship point. It's only a 1-point lead. The Tiger fans are going crazy, chanting along the far side, Woodlake. And for Kingsburg, they know that they are one side out away from tying this one right back up. Still anybody's match, but Woodlake will have championship point number 1. Regina Ramirez, the junior, serving. It'll be a free ball coming for the Tigers. They'll go to Samaniego, and it's dug. Great dig in the back line by Ramirez. Set outside, and a kill! The Woodlake Tigers get the kill and the win. They win Game 5, 15-13. The Woodlake Tigers are your Central Section Division IV champions. Congratulations to Coach Tori Johnson and the Woodlake Tigers. It was Quinn Keller getting the championship clinching kill. And the Woodlake Tigers, a very deserving Division IV champion. Kingsburg fought hard to the end, but the Woodlake Tigers come away with the championship. A great game on both sides. Taryn Brown's Kingsburg squad has to be extremely proud of their effort. And for Woodlake, the Tigers finish off their championship run, 26-4 on the season. They'll move on to the state tournament. But the number 1 seed holds set here at home. And Coach Tori Johnson's Tigers are the champions of the Central Section. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stay tuned to PlayOnSports.com for our post-game coverage. We'll wrap up all the action in our post-game show, and we'll have an interview with our player of the game. That's coming up in just a few moments. Once again, the Woodlake Tigers have defeated the Kingsburg Vikings 3-2 in the Central Section Division IV championship game on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect.
Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Central Section Girls Volleyball Championships. I'm standing here with our player of the game, Melissa Samaniego from the Woodlake Tigers, the Division IV champions. And first of all, congratulations on being the player of the game. Congratulations on the championship. How does it feel to be crowned champions?
It's definitely a great honor. We've been working hard really all season, and definitely we're so happy that all our hard work has been shown off, and we got this, and we're so happy.
Well, you guys had an awesome season. #1 seed. You got to host the entire tournament, including the championship, in front of these great fans. How did it feel to be able to share this moment with your fans at home?
It was definitely amazing. I think the reason why we were so pumped up is because our fans have been with us through the whole season, and I just really want to thank them for supporting us all the time.
Well, you guys had a very worthy opponent here, the #6 seed, but they played very well, especially toward the end of that season in Kingsburg. They took game 1. What were you guys thinking going into game 2, knowing that they came in on your home floor and took away that first game? What was the mindset going into that second?
We just knew that we had to show them how we really play, and we had to get the game and play our ball.
And then you guys dominated game 2, won by 10 points. Game 3, you had a big lead, but they came back and took away game 3. So now you go into game 4, you realize that you've got to win the next 2. It didn't seem like you guys panicked. How were you guys able to stay so calm in that type of situation?
We just kept saying believe, believe, and have poise and loyalty to our team, and we just all stuck together and worked together as a team, not only just as a team, but as sisters.
Well, it seemed like there in Game 5, you guys were just exhausted, everybody on both sides. You've been playing for over 2 hours at that point. What was going through your mind as a player out there? You've been out there for 2 hours. You know that the entire game and pretty much the season is on the line. How are you able to stay focused and get the job done at the end?
We just had to go 1 point at a time. Everyone's, okay, 1 point, okay, next point. And our word is snap and to have respect for every single ball. Every ball's a new ball. Every ball loses its memory, so we just had respect for every single ball and every point.
Well, it seemed like every single time you were being set the entire evening, you were putting the ball away. I don't know how many kills you had. We lost count, but it was pretty impressive. Yourself and Cunningham out of the middle. Is that something you guys have been trying to do all season, is establish the middle attack to get everything else going?
Yes, because we just want to be able to have a strong offense, and our outside's also strong, so then we also, if the middles are off, we could also shoot it out to the outside, and they'll take their care of the job as well.
Well, the Woodlake Tigers, section champions, how does that sound?
Sounds amazing.
Congratulations once again. Melissa Samaniego, our player of the game. Folks, don't go anywhere. The PlayOnSports.com postgame show will continue in just a moment.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to Woodlake, California, and the PlayOnSports.com postgame show. I'm Brian Vilvin, and we just saw the Woodlake Tigers defeat the Kingsburg Vikings 3-2 to capture the Division IV Central Section Girls Volleyball Championship. And the Tigers had to come back multiple times. They trailed 1-0 in the match. Then they tied it at a game apiece. Then they trailed 2-1, came back to tie it at 2 games apiece. And then they trailed in Game 5. They end up winning the 5th game 15-13 to take the match and capture the Central Section Division IV crown. Congratulations to Coach Torrey Johnson and the Woodlake Tigers. They beat a very solid Kingsburg Vikings team coached by Taryn Brown. A great performance by Kingsburg. Some big performances. Becca Davis and Amarie Bremmel, along with Brooke Jackson and Nicole Lindman for the Vikings. But it was not enough to take down Woodlake, the number 1 seed and the section champions, led by the player of the game, Melissa Samaniego. She seemed like every single time she got set, she put the ball away. Kiana Cunningham also had a phenomenal game in the middle for the Tigers. Brenda Acosta, the setter, with a terrific match herself. And Woodlake holds up the number 1 seed. They hang on to win the championship at their home court. And the Tigers will head on to the state championship tournament as section champions in the Central Section. Folks, that's going to wrap it up from Woodlake High School, where the Woodlake Tigers have defeated the Kingsburg Vikings 3-2 to take the Central Section Division IV Volleyball Championship. We'd like to thank you for joining PlayOnSports.com's volleyball coverage. Be sure to check PlayOnSports.com for information and links to all of our upcoming broadcasts. For our producer, Jason Devine, and our videographer, Megan Coffey, I'm Brian Vilvin saying so long, and we hope you'll join us again soon on your destination for high school sports and the Central Section Championships, PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you. One shot.